In every corner of the world, there are untold stories, stories wrapped in the threads of darkness and hidden behind walls of fear. But there is another world, a world that hides beneath the surface, away from prying eyes. It is the world of the dark web. This is the place where madness can become reality, where the simplest curiosity can turn into a terrifying nightmare. This story is not just a tale of fiction, but a warning to anyone daring enough to cross the forbidden threshold. Let us tell you the story of Saeed, a young man whose journey through the deepest corners of the dark web began and never returned. Drawn to the unknown, Saeed, a young man in his mid-20s, was fascinated by technology and the secrets of the internet. He lived an ordinary life, spending most of his time in front of his computer screen, enjoying surfing the internet and exploring all the new trends in programming. From a young age, he loved solving mysteries and breaking down complex codes. In university, he gained a reputation among his peers for his ability to decrypt systems and access hidden information. These skills made him feel powerful, but they also led him into a dangerous curiosity, a curiosity to explore the dark web. The idea began to take hold of Saeed after hearing stories from his friends about this shadowy world. He was told that it was a place full of crimes, the supernatural, and things that humans should never see. Saeed was not easily frightened, and he yearned to discover more. What could be so bad, he would ask himself. Despite all the warnings, he decided to try it for himself. On a quiet night, Saeed sat in his darkened room in front of his computer. The screen was the only source of light. He had prepared specialized software to access the dark web, and his heartbeat quickened as he got closer to this mysterious world. For a moment he hesitated. He knew that what he was about to do was not ordinary, yet his hand trembled slightly, with both excitement and fear. Chapter 2. Entering the Unknown. After installing the necessary software, Saeed entered the dark web. At first, everything seemed strange. The websites were primitive, and most of the content was vague and incomprehensible. He navigated through links and pages, some of which spoke of unbelievable things, while others dealt with crime and the dark trade. As he browsed these eerie pages, a strange link appeared in the middle of his screen. It wasn't like the other links. It had a peculiar title: The Last Browser. The link shimmered faintly, as if someone was watching and knew Saeed would click it. There was no description or explanation, but it attracted Saeed's attention in an unsettling way. With clear hesitation, Saeed clicked the link, as though something inside him compelled him to do so. Suddenly, a chat window popped up on the screen. A mysterious person began typing. "Welcome, I've been waiting for you." The beginning of the game. Saeed sat frozen in front of the screen. The first word sent a chill down his spine. How could someone know he would browse this link? He began to feel that something unnatural was happening. Saeed tried to close the window, but as soon as he did, another message appeared. "Don't try to escape, you are with us now." Then something happened that he never expected. A picture of Saeed appeared on the screen, taken from his webcam without his knowledge. His eyes were wide and his face was filled with shock. Another message followed. "I know everything about you. I know where you are and I know who you are. You are now part of the game." Saeed's breathing quickened and his body shook. He tried to shut down the computer, but the system didn't respond. A countdown appeared on the screen along with a message. "You have 24 hours to follow the orders. If you fail, you will pay the price." Terrifying tasks. The orders began to come, one after the other. The first task was simple, yet unsettling. Hack an email account. Saeed immediately complied, afraid of the consequences. The mysterious person sent him all the instructions and precise steps, and Saeed followed every command without question. With each completed task, the unknown figure raised the stakes. The tasks now involved tracking people and releasing sensitive information. Each step increased Saeed's fear, but he couldn't stop. The anonymous figure sent him more detailed photos of himself and his loved ones, threatening him with what would happen if he tried to pull away. Hours passed, and the anonymous sender issued a new threat. "Now you need to hack into the accounts of some officials and leak secret information. If you don't, we'll come for you." Attempting to escape, Saeed couldn't keep going. After days of tension and fear, He began to think about how he could escape this nightmare. He knew he couldn't stay under this person's control forever. In the end, he decided to go to the police, despite the threats that kept coming his way. In the morning, he left his house and headed for the police station. As he arrived, he felt as though someone was watching him. He gathered his courage and entered the officer's office. But as soon as he began to tell his story, his phone vibrated. He knew what awaited him. Chapter 6. The Inevitable End. Saeed opened his phone to find a new message from the anonymous figure. "You've failed us. We're coming now." Suddenly, the power went out in the station. When the lights returned, Saeed was nowhere to be found. He had vanished without a trace. Hours of searching later, the officers found his computer still open to a single page. The message on the screen read, "You are the last browser. The digital world is filled with darkness, just as it is filled with light. Not everything available should be explored. Sometimes curiosity can be destructive. If you ever find yourself on the edge of the dark web, remember Saeed's story. And remember, you could be the last browser."